Located on the outskirts of West Davis, Impossible Acres is a small family-owned farm. This agro-ecosystem is home to many animals and crops. They also offer a pick-it-yourself orchard full of berries and other fruits, such as apricots in the summer as well as a pumpkin patch in autumn. Impossible Acres has been around for almost 12 years. It opens in May and closes at the end of October.
Hi, my name is Haley Looney.
What are some of the biotic factors on the farm?
Let's see, the biotic factors on the farm are pumpkins, corn, chickens, kittens, pigs, and cows. The abiotic factors on the farm are temperature, wind, sunlight, soil, and water.
Because Davis is prone to droughts, Impossible Acres has decided to not rely on the natural water cycle and instead has built their own irrigation system. This way, when it does not rain enough in one season to provide crops with water, the crops will still be healthy.
What is the importance of the nitrogen cycle?
The nitrogen cycle. Oh, that's pretty important. So, especially if you're growing vegetables, you want to be sure that you have something that sort of fixes nitrogen in the soil. And you guys probably know about this, but there's alfalfa and legumes and things like that, and they actually have little nodules on the roots, and they will fix nitrogen from the atmosphere into your soil. And then other plants they call them heavy nitrogen feeders, like corn, then those plants will use the nitrogen that's fixed by a legume or a bean afterwards. So that's kind of why you do crop rotation.
So on a farm, it is important to have crop rotation so that the bugs don't keep coming back over every year and take over the plants, and to put important nutrients back into the soil like nitrogen.
Heavy nitrogen feeders are vegetables that use up many nutrients such as nitrogen from the soil. Their growing season follows that of heavy nitrogen givers, which provide the soil with surplus nitrogen when they die. Heavy nitrogen givers are grown for consumption, but also play an important role in providing nitrogen-rich soil for heavy nitrogen feeders.
Crop rotation is an important part of Impossible Acres, along with many other farms in the U.S. Quoted from the North Dakota State University, crop rotation is a planned order of specific crops planted on the same field. Its general purposes are to maintain soil fertility, reduce erosion, reduce the buildup of pests, reduce the risk of weather damage, reduce reliance on chemicals, and increase profits on the farm.
The crops are inorganic, however, they use some of the 200 pesticides approved for use on organic crops. Some organic pesticides are not safe around people, so they use conventional pesticide, as Impossible Acres sells the majority of their produce directly from the farm. So it is very important that the pesticide is safe around people and effectively prevents disease.
What is the importance of soil health on your farm?
Soil health. Well, it's pretty important, and it gets to be more and more important if you're growing vegetables instead of growing fruit. Because when you're growing fruit, pretty much you worry about the health of your tree. But when you're growing vegetables, you worry about the health of your soil. Because every year you have the same soil, and you have to fix it and improve it every year for vegetables. So we're growing mostly trees now, but we're starting to grow vegetables, so we're being more concerned about our soil health.
Webs on this farm starts from the sun, which provides energy to the pumpkins, making them producers. Then the pumpkins that are rotten or infested with bugs are given to the chickens, which eat both the pumpkins and the bugs, making them both first and second level consumers. The chicken then lays eggs, and the eggs become food for the humans, making this a complete food chain.
Impossible Acres makes their money by selling the produce directly to visitors on the farm. Most farmers will sell their produce to a large packing shed, which sells it to a distributor, who sells it to a grocery store where consumers buy it. Each person in this chain makes money when they sell it to the next person. Impossible Acres bypasses these shipping, packing, storage, and middlemen costs. This helps the farm make more money because they sell their produce at consumer price. For example, an average farmer will sell their produce for 20 cents per pound, and the store will sell it for $1. Impossible Acres can sell it for $1 directly. Unfortunately, due to strict regulations, Impossible Acres can't make much from their produce. For example, they have not received permission to make jam or pie because they are not allowed to use a home kitchen. They must use a commercial kitchen.
Past the pumpkin patch
farm sells a range of things like gourds, corns, jam, as well as snacks to eat while walking around. However, Impossible Acres offers more than just produce. It also boasts fun attractions designed to attract people of all ages. Attractions include a corn and haze maze, pumpkin patch, tractor rides, pick-it-yourself orchards, and Grandpa's Barn. Grandpa's Barn features a variety of animals for people to interact with, such as alpacas, bunnies, kittens, chickens, ducklings, and sheep.
How are you a part of the long-term effects of this ecosystem?
Well, let's see. What we're trying to do is we try to make it so that the farm is sustainable from year to year, so that there's enough water and enough soil health to make the crops go from one year to the next year to the next year. So if we were to say, for example, want to plant corn every year for our vegetable, and every year you plant corn, it's not going to work very long, so it's not very sustainable, because the corn would use up all the nitrogen, and then also you get a lot of insects problems with the corn. If you do it every year, then you get a population buildup of your insects, like the corn earworm or the little rootworm on the corn. Those things would build up in the soils. So what you want to do is try to make it so that you don't have a huge buildup of a particular kind of pest. That's kind of why you rotate the crops, and then you kind of keep everything at a certain level of productivity in your soil.
Productivity is important to the farm's long-term sustainability because having enough resources to maintain the operations on the farm is vital to the farmer's success. For example, a farm needs to have enough water and other nutrients as well as enough income to keep up the farm.
Pesticides help agroecosystems maintain crop health because they repel pests of any kind that could possibly harm crops. Pesticides also make it possible for farms to produce larger crop yields, but they can have a negative effect on animals that consume them. For example, even if a pesticide is approved for organic crops, it still may harm animals. Plants have a large effect on air quality in the area. Through photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide gas and produce oxygen, purifying air quality for both humans and wildlife. Also, Impossible Acres is a small family farm and operates minimal amounts of machinery that could pollute the air.
I'll be over at 10, you told me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then I run to the door. I can't take anymore, it's not you. You let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. What do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never thought, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.